The other connection the next one would be some kind of coupler and gasket. And we've looked at the coupler and gasket on the hand line, the wheel line, lots of those different fittings. Well, main line works the same way. You simply have a chevron gasket and you slide another pipe into it. Now, one of the tricks is sliding the pipe into the coupler, because those gaskets are very tight fitting. And as you just don't take a 12-inch piece of PVC and think you're just going to slide two of them together with a coupler and a gasket in there. It's going to take some kind of leverage to push that together, and so you can get a lever and use it in the ditch where you actually lever them together, or some people will use equipment to do it. They'll put the backhoe on it and push it together. Not recommended. You know, the manufacturer's going to have a heart attack when you do that, but people will do that. It's real easy to fish mouth the gasket, in other words, get it caught and roll it out of its seat when you're using a backhoe, because you don't know how much pressure you put on it when you push them together. You can't feel it. Whereas if you're using a pry bar, you can actually feel how much pressure you're putting onto the unit as it slides together. And one of the things you do is you put a lubricant on that rubber gasket so it slides a little easier. And something similar to just liquid dish soap works really good. A lot of people simply go out and buy the cheapest liquid dish soap they can find and use that as a lubricant for the gasket, and just smear that on the gasket before they insert the pipe and swedge it together. And that pipe will have a band on it and have a stop to show it. Here is the piece of PVC with the coupler and the gasket, and you can see that you just slide it all the way into the fitting until it bottoms out. In fact, there was a black ring on here and it's kind of worn down, and you're supposed to insert it all the way up to the black ring. They just take a felt marker and they measure how far the depth of the coupler is, in this case about 4 inches, and they put a black ring around there so that you know that's how far it has to insert to make a complete joint. And they don't come apart very easy. In fact, you can see the black ring. It is pressed right up to it. And this is, once they're together, they don't like to back out very easy. Until you put pressure to them, then they'll blow right apart, of course, if you don't have them secured at both ends. And the coupler and gasket works. Steel, you can get steel with the exact same kind of fittings. You can also, especially if it's epoxy coated, they will use that kind of a fitting where they're just joining pieces together. Or you can use the coupler like we did on aluminum hand line. The same exact kind of coupler without the pan would be on a aluminum main line. So you just insert them together, and you can use a band and latch, or you can use a ring lock to connect them up. And same with steel, they'll often use a ring lock to latch the two pieces together. They'll have couplers swedged into both ends, and then the ring lock connects the two.